on Hot Radio Maine. And it's not every day that I have a Disney legend in studio. Welcome, Bill Farmer.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm pleased to be here.
We're so happy to have you here for the Pine State Expo. It is going down this weekend at the Holiday Inn by the Bay. We were just chatting. This is your first Maine experience?
Yes, it is. I've been to every state I figured out except for 3, and now 2.
What is left on the list?
Montana and North Dakota.
Oh, yeah.
I just haven't been up there yet. I'd like to.
Fair enough.
And I couldn't turn down a chance to come up and see Maine.
Yes, we are so happy to have you here. What are you looking forward to at the Expo the most this weekend?
I don't know what to expect. Just the fans. They're always great. Wherever I go, they always have great questions, and I love the panels and answering questions and just kind of having a fun time.
That's amazing. It's going to be so much fun all weekend long. And I want to talk a bit more about the festivities, but before I do, I want to get to know you a little bit more, Bill, if that's okay.
Sure.
You, for those who don't know, have been the voice of Goofy for, is it over 35 years now?
Or 38 years.
Oh, 38 years! Hot dog! And we're celebrating 30 years of the Goofy movie this year.
That's right. Everything is going nuts now with the release of the 30th anniversary, which was April 7th of 95 is when the movie came out.
Wow.
And it's more popular now, unlike about any other movie that I can think of. It has grown in popularity thanks to the fans. And it's just going nuts. For example, I got a text today from my wife who was checking and said that Goofy movie is #1 on Disney+.
Oh my gosh, Bill.
It wouldn't have been #1 when it came out, but it is now. How's that happen? I don't know.
It's so funny how things come back or have their way of popping back up.
Yeah.
And as it should. It's an all-time classic.
It is. It has become that over the years. It didn't start that way. It started just as kind of a little B picture and not really, meant to be a big tentpole film. But again, thanks to the fans, it has become that.
That's incredible, Bill. I'm curious, what is it like having such a long-running relationship with a character like Goofy?
Well, Goofy was my favorite one. I grew up in South Central Kansas, and on TV, he was my favorite Disney character. And so to get the chance to audition for him back in 1986, they don't audition you for like the role of a lifetime. It was for one job. And I guess there were about 1,100 other people that were trying out. So I didn't have any idea that I was up against that many people that wanted to be Goofy. But I got that one role, and then they called me again and again. And then in 2009, I became a Disney legend. So I then figured that I got the job for a while. And now 38 years, and I should be retired, but no, it's too much fun.
It's too much fun. I'm glad you didn't, because or else we wouldn't have you here in the building, Bill. Now, in addition to Goofy, you voiced some other Disney characters as well.
Yes.
How do you approach that differently?
Well, for example, probably of the Fab Five, as they call them, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, and Pluto. I do the dogs. I do Goofy and Pluto. Whoa! And I get to bark for a living. That's a little different because we usually save Pluto for last because it can be rough on your voice if you're doing it for like an hour.
Sure.
And since he doesn't talk, you have to get the emotion out with the barks and howls and yells and growls and all those kind of things. So it's a little bit tougher on acting, but it's a lot of fun too.
Oh, Bill, I love that you have fun. I saw a clip of you recently where you were kind of explaining that Goofy's not exactly a dog. He's a bit of a hybrid.
Right.
Could you explain that to our listeners?
Okay, now... Ultimately, he's a drawing, but but people always ask me, what is he? Some people think he's a cow. No, he's not a cow. His original name was Dippy Dog, and of course, Mickey's a mouse, and Donald's a duck, so Goofy's an animal. It was Dippy Dog originally, but then they did Pluto, who was Mickey's dog, real dog. And so Goofy kind of became this, he's kind of like, he's a canine, I think, but Canis goofus, I think, is the scientific name. And but he's just Goofy. He's just him.
Yes, he's just himself, and we wouldn't want him to be anything else.
Right.
Now, I know that you're not just a dog lover in the cartoon world because you have a cool show on Disney Plus, Bill.
I did. It's not on now, but
It's
sometimes
not on?
No, we did one called "It's a Dog's Life" with Bill Farmer, where we went around to 11 different states and about 5 months back in, and we got closed down by COVID when we did a Hawaiian show. And but it's finding real dogs that have real amazing jobs. Like, who else would find a dog that finds whale poop for a living?
That's so good. Someone's got to do it.
Someone has to do it. I didn't know anyone was doing it until this show came up.
But can I still find it on Disney Plus?
No, unfortunately, they put things away in the vault for a while. Hopefully, it'll come back.
Yes.
Hopefully, we could do a season 2 would be great, because there's a lot of stories that haven't been told, and dogs are just fascinating, animated or real.
Yes, I'm gonna get a petition going. We need a season 2,
Yes.
Bill. Absolutely. I'm curious, do you have any advice you would give to someone looking to dive into voice acting today?
Okay, well, I started in radio, and I was just one of those kids that in high school and everything, I found I could do impressions, and I did that to kind of have fun, and we'd drive through, McDonald's, and they'd say, order in a weird voice. And I'd like a Whopper with cheese, and Arnold the pig would like a Coke, And my friends would laugh, that's so cool. And it just kind of became a thing. And then I got into radio for a number of years as a DJ, and I would bring in characters and invent characters. They didn't care what I did really that much. And I did that for a few years. Then I got into stand-up comedy in Dallas back in 1982. Did that until I moved to California to give it a shot in Hollywood. And just got lucky about 5 months after I got there with my agent saying, do you do any of the Disney characters? As a matter of fact, I do a couple of them. And luckily, things turned out well.
Bill, that is a wild story. Thank you for that. And you're giving me hope as someone in radio. Who knows what my next adventure will be?
You never know unless you try.
Yes, that's beautiful. Now, you have been a part of children's childhoods for decades. Have you had any wild fan experiences out in public?
All the time, all the time. I mean, some of them are more, they're heartfelt. I mean, I was, where was I? I think it was in Shreveport at a con. This guy was kind of crying in the line. And he said, hey, man, you became my childhood. You became my dad, because my dad left and my mom wasn't taking care of us. And we'd watch a Goofy movie and everything. And you became like my surrogate father. And what do you say to that?
Right.
I mean, it's like, wow. I had no
profound.
idea. I thought I was doing a cartoon show. But this really can affect people in a lot of very deep ways.
That's really beautiful, Bill. And you're going to be meeting all sorts of those fans this weekend at the Pine State Expo. What can people expect when they stop by your booth at the expo?
They can ask questions. We've got a lot of pictures up there. We have especially a couple of that I think I have for this weekend for the first time, Not Just a Goof, which is the documentary on the making of a Goofy movie that's on Disney Plus. And I think it's number 2 this week.
As it should be.
Because there was so much more on the making of that movie that I didn't even know at the time. And so, just come by, say hi, and just see all of the great guests. I'll be here with Jason Marsden, who has played Max in a Goofy movie and is a personal friend, almost like my surrogate son. And I'm just looking forward to meeting everybody.
I love that it's a family affair. You got Max in the building, too?
Oh, yes.
That's amazing, Bill. Well, last but certainly not least, since it's your first time here in Maine, I got to ask you, here our state motto is the way life should be.
The way life should be?
Yes. It's deep. So I'd love to know, according to you or Goofy or Pluto, what is the way life should be?
Gosh, it should be fun.
You're so fun, Bill. Period. It should be fun. You're amazing. Listeners, go check him out at the Pine State Expo, and all sorts of amazing other people are going to be there, too.
I don't even know who's all appearing this weekend, but I'll be doing a panel on Saturday, meeting the guests, photo opportunities, stuff like that. My first and probably maybe only time ever up here, so I hope people will come by and say hi.
Absolutely. Say hi to Bill. Say hi to James Marsden. I know Vincent Martello, who's Phineas from Phineas and Ferb's going to be there. Star-studded affair, and we're so happy to have you here at the Holiday Inn by the Bay, Bill.
It was my pleasure.